When it's how or why, and you need to know, just rely on your girlfriend on the go.
Ask yourself, when is the last time you took inventory of your friendships, of your relationships? Ask yourself, when have you established a boundary and it wasn't adhered to? How did you feel about it? Did you feel guilty? Did you feel good? Were you at peace? A while ago, and it has been a while ago, I did a video on an episode, if you will, on boundaries and protecting your peace. Excuse me. It wasn't really, it was boundary related, but it was more about protecting your peace for the sake of your own sanity and your own, like, your just being okay, and not for the sake of others and people pleasing. I'm a Caribbean American woman, so putting yourself last is like almost expected. Especially as a woman, there's just certain things that, it's nothing for us to do. Excuse me. It's nothing for us to just, make sure everybody else is okay and then checking for ourselves last. And then as you get older, because I've gotten older, it's really hard to say no. And it's hard to say no because you don't want to disappoint people, right? You don't want them to look at you weird. You don't want them to question, like, are you okay? Like, you wildin', all the judgment and the follow-up questions that will come after you have stopped doing what you're accustomed to doing, what people are accustomed to coming to you for. I had a friend recently reach out to me about if she was being too harsh when she, in a conversation that she was having with a gentleman, it went left and she disinvited him to her birthday. And so her question was like, am I too harsh? And I was baffled. Like, I was literally like, what? What do you mean? Like, are you too harsh? Girl, do you want clowns at your party? Like, if you want clowns, invite the man. But outside of that, it was like, really think about who you're investing in. Really think about who's in your circle. Like, that is so important. And sometimes, like, we are so used to like growing up with people, keeping people in our circle that we've known since elementary, that we've known since middle school, high school, college. And there's years, there's different seasons, there's these eras that we go through, and some people can't come with us. And yes, I can see where, that's sad. I can see where that's like shocking. I can understand that, but not at the expense of your unhappiness, not at the expense of, you doing this to satisfy this element of loneliness that you're dealing with. I think we really need to take a pause and think about who is growing with us. What friend is growing and what friend needs to get to going. Like, that is important, because I think once you start questioning your standards, your morals, your values for the sake of someone else's comfort being your friend, or for the sake of someone else's company, I think that's where you have yourself a tad bit messed up. So, when she hit me up and was like, oh, am I being too harsh? Was I way too harsh or whatever? I literally was like, you're going to make me Google. You're going to make, like, I need to understand what is the correlation with this seemingly what appears as guilt and like boundary setting, or like, standing on business. Like, no, now I don't want you to come to my party. Now, was there an element of pettiness? Maybe. I mean, I don't know. I think the most important part of it is her realizing, like, I'm wasting my time with you, and there's no point in you coming to celebrate me. Like, no, let me celebrate the freedom, the release of you. So I did some research. I found an article on Psychology Today, I think. And somebody was writing about, sorry, I don't recall the author right now in the moment, but basically the article was about the part of guilt that not enables why people feel guilty about setting boundaries. And there's an element of mourning, because you are grieving the loss of that individual. And that makes sense to me. Like, I can see where you set a boundary, you say no finally to somebody, or you're not available that one time, or you don't answer a call of somebody's one time because you're away from the phone or you're busy. I don't know if you're taking a crap and you need to wipe your butt, like whatever it is that you have to do for yourself, and you're not available for someone else, and how that completely makes another person react in a way that is shocking, and maybe react in a way that's so shocking that you realize, like, I actually can't even rock with you no more. Like, I can't even be your friend because that reaction was so uncalled for and so unnecessary. And the energy you would spend in trying to justify why you feel away and why they shouldn't feel offended, or the energy they're spending justifying their reaction instead of like honoring whatever was going on, is not worth it. It's literally like a waste of time. So to the article's point, I could see where, you might lose a friendship. You might lose somebody. It might really collapse what you considered a sturdy, steady relationship, a solid relationship or friendship with someone. But that's where the article also like lost me, because I'm just in a stage in my big age where I'm not mourning that. I'm grateful. I am grateful for the prayers that were answered in ways that I never thought they could be. I'm grateful for the dudes that were not here, could not make the next season because you weren't supposed to. I was literally holding on to people that I had no business holding on to off the strength of history. I'm thinking about, well, I am friends with some of my exes, but I did recently have I thought about it, went back in the archives, and I was like, why am I holding on to you? Why am I keeping you as a Facebook friend? Why? So I could know your business, so I could know, like, why. And at first it wasn't that deep. It was just like, oh yeah, we know each other, we go way back, whatever. But I really started like taking inventory and taking, consideration of who's in my space, who's in my face. Are you supposed to be there? Am I being nosy? Am I just holding on to history? Or is there something really solid there? Are you growing with me? And that really is a thing. Who's growing and who has to get the going? Okay, who do we have to really let go of? Because the boundaries that we set for ourselves, the values, the standards that we have for ourselves, if we really stuck to our gut and stuck to what brings us peace, what brings us happiness, what brings us joy, do the people that we keep around us do the same? Tell somebody no one time. Tell somebody you're unavailable one time. Actually walk away from the gossip one time. Actually shut someone down in the midst of gossiping, or just like telling you about drama that they're not going to change, telling you about the same man or same woman that they're not going to get rid of, that they're actually going to go back to. Take a moment and be like, yeah, no thanks. I'm not interested. Nothing's changing here. It's just the only thing that's changed is the day. Only thing that's changed is the hour. But as far as your circumstance and what you got going, it's not changing. And for my own sake, and for me to respect this friendship anymore, I'm gonna have to let you go, or I'm gonna have to let the situation go. Or think about when you told somebody, yeah, you can't talk to me about this anymore. It's gonna change things. It's going to blow the lid on what you thought was cool and closed. It might open up some good opportunities for you. So take inventory of your friends, take inventory of your relationships, even your situationships. Set your boundaries, stand on business about your boundaries. Don't feel guilty about those boundaries. Because think about it like this. Anybody that was supposed to be there for you, with you, if setting a boundary made them bounce, good riddance. So for anybody that is mourning or thinking, like, you literally think you're about to plan a funeral service because you want to set boundaries and you want to protect your peace, rest in peace. Rest in peace. And rest in peace to the person that you were before you watched this video. Okay, go be well. Set your boundaries. Do the inventory. Check your friendships. Check your relationships. It'll do you good. And don't feel guilty about what comes out at the end of the day, because it's about you right now. That's personal please, not people please. All right, you have a good one.
Get it, get it, get it. When you need a voice of reason.